Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella, and today we're going to take a look at a Joe Diorio idea that will allow us to play our scales entirely in fourths. Let's take a look. This line comes from Joe's book, Jazz Structures for the New Millennium, and this is literally the first example in the book. And we're taking a huge deep dive on this first example, so imagine all that can be gained through going through this entire book. There's legitimately a lifetime's worth of ideas in here. So this first example is this. And so what he's doing is he's playing F on the first fret here, 6th string, B, E on the 2nd fret, I use my second finger for both, A, D, and G. And so he's playing all fourths through what feels like kind of like a F Lydian kind of shape, because this guy starting F, we got the sharp 4, major 7, major 3rd, 13 or 6th, and the 9th or the 2nd. So we got most of our scale here, and we're just going up straight in fourths. There's no other intervals in here. The example he has is a 2-5 going to C. So this would be D minor 7, G7, C. You could play this. Which in Joe Diorio's style, his lines don't necessarily always outline the changes. They kind of give you the feel of the key, and the huge wide intervals kind of give you this really cool need for resolution. But we're going to take a look at this just in the case of just playing through the scale of C major. So that was the first position. Let's take a look at what would be the second position. Now to get to each new position, all we're going to do is go up one note in the scale on each string. So here we start in F, we're going to go to G. And we're going to go up in fourths. We have G on the 3rd fret here on the 6th string, C. Now I play that with my second finger. You can roll it across with your first finger if you feel comfortable with that. F, back with my first finger. We got B on the 3rd string, 4th fret, E on the 5th fret, 2nd string, and then A on the 1st string, 5th fret. We'll go up again to A. Go up a 4th to D. Again, I use my second finger here. Back to my first finger on G here. C, I roll across. F, and B. We go up one more note to B. B goes to E on the 7th fret of the 5th string. Again, I use my second finger. A on the 7th fret with my first finger. D, I roll across, 7th fret, 3rd string. And then G, I use my second finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. And I roll across to C. Now we go up one more note. C. Go to F, I roll across my first finger. B on the 9th fret here, the 4th string, I use my second finger. E, second finger as well on the 9th fret. Then A, 10th fret of the 2nd string. And then D on the 10th fret of the first string, and I use my 3rd finger for those. Go up another note to D. Use my second finger for G on the 10th fret here. Back to my first finger on C, roll across to F on the 10th fret there, 3rd string. And then B with my 3rd finger on the 12th fret of the 2nd string. And E, I roll across my 3rd finger again to 12th fret there. Go up another note, E. I have E here on the 12th fret, A on the 12th fret, 2nd finger again, 3rd finger on the 12th fret of the 4th string with D. I roll across to G on the 12th fret of the 3rd string, C, and F with my 2nd finger on the 13th fret there. And then we're back up to where we started. And that takes us through our entire C major scale. Now, keep in mind, my fingerings might not work for you. If you prefer to roll across, go for it. If you don't like to roll ever, try what I do. Just do whatever works for you. That's really all that's important. Is if you can cleanly play it, go for it. Now, this instantly gives us some interesting sounds because this doesn't sound like a C major scale, does it? It's really wide open and it sounds pretty interesting. And it's just a C scale. That's really all it is. You can use these shapes in any situation where a C major scale would work. So you could use these in your 2/5s. You could use these, over 1-chord vamps, anything like that. All of it's good. And we can move these around in different sequences. So we're going one, up one, and down the other. We could reverse and go down one and up the other. We could skip around. In that case, I went up one position, I skipped one, so I started here with F, jumped to A, G, B. So I'm going kind of like I'm using these shapes in thirds now. So you can make up any combination of these to get some interesting sounds out of this. Now for picking, I'm alternate picking most of the time. Joe Diorio would probably sweep pick these. Whichever works for you is totally valid. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this idea. There's so much you could do with this. It's just a really interesting way to view a scale, because it gives you this instantly wide interval sound, and it doesn't sound anything like a scale pattern you've ever heard, And of course you could take this and apply this to melodic minor, harmonic minor, diminished, all any scale you can think of, you could apply this thinking to. So thanks for checking out the lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.